Alright, guys, so let's just go over how the market opened, where we left off, how the market left off. So, a thing that I like to do is I like to check 2 weeks ahead. By that I mean, for example, that way I'm ahead daily of 2 weeks. Emotion wise, I can see a week part about the market, the S&P 500, compared to actual stocks. Is that with stocks, the only data that you have is news that they get to release publicly, or event that they might have that rallies up or pushes down the market depending on what that event is. Whether they're releasing a product, whether they be talking about a product being made, stuff like that. And when you have when data comes out like unemployment and inflation, all that, yeah, it does impact it. But what impacts it even more is the S&P 500. And even though stocks represent the S&P 500 is literally made of 500 stocks, so therefore is the stocks that matter. Because for example, Apple is part of the S&P 500, I believe, or the Nasdaq, one of those two, but still affects the S&P 500. It's the top 7. If something good happens to Apple, for example, this last week I believe it was Nvidia that had good news, and and even though we had bad data, it made the S&P 500 go up. Meaning, I mean, this market is manipulated already. So, if you can't understand that and get through that, then seeing the market rallying up, even though we have bad data, makes sense. Another thing too is knowing what's going to happen next week. You can understand why the market's reacting, or how the market could react on that last day of the week, which is on Friday, especially after Thursday data and whatnot, and how the market could move towards the end of Friday. And with the S&P 500, you have data. They tell you when the data is going to be released. You already know what data to look out for that's going to affect the S&P 500. And if it affects S&P 500, then it affects all the other little stocks. It's like Bitcoin and Ethereum. If you can read Bitcoin, you can understand Ethereum. Bitcoin and Ethereum is the mom and dad. It's like silver and gold. Mom and dad, they react the same. One goes higher, then the other one follows, or either or whatnot. So if you can understand the head, you can understand what the whole fucking body's going. So that's why it's important to understand how to read the S&P 500. Right now, this is normal for the market to open like this. That's why I keep saying that gold's gonna keep on going up. This is the S&P 500. If you notice, let me break it down. So last week, we ended up having shooting on up, closing high, breaking from this weekly 3 candle box that I mentioned on my other videos. So here's the S&P 500, time and date Arizona, and I mentioned about this 3 candle box strategy that could potentially form and complete and break out, and it happened. Currently this week that we just had, It's opening up good, but I don't like it because we didn't have that government shutdown news that we all want to hear. That they working on it, because normally last time it happened within a week or so. I think it was 2 weeks, a week and a half, or whatever you want to call it. But it happened quick. This time, what made me think that it's not gonna happen this quick was how Trump had mentioned in the White House how shutdowns could benefit them to get rid of so and so and so. So he's telling you that it's not gonna happen, which is made me go in options, an option call for gold. I was already holding one since the 28th. Panic because I didn't know that the whole shutdown was happening. So once I knew that, I went in back again. Now you seeing how we didn't have no news about the shutdown. So I was like, okay, yeah, gold should be opening higher, and the S&P should be opening same area, and it's not gonna go up. It's gonna start going down, retracing down, because also we don't have no data on Monday. If we would have had some data at 5:30 about labor market, whatever the fuck, some big data, then it makes sense for the S&P. I'm gonna go to the 1 hour candle right here, and I'm gonna take my indicator off. So it will make sense for, let me put my bullshit. Okay, it will make sense for S&P to go down. Let's see, 2 in the morning. Yeah, so it's probably seeing how it's right there in the 1 hour candle, 50 Fibonacci. It's gonna close there at 1. We're gonna start going down, closing probably right here. Not closing, but come reaching down here at 6,724 range, right here in this region, to 6,717 or so. And we're gonna, as the market then opens, we should hold. But since we have this bad data, I wouldn't be surprised if the market starts going lower than that. Monday, White House schedule, no public event, press briefing. I wonder what the fuck that is about. So we said something positive about, hey, me and the Democrats are working on it, on this government shutdown, and hopefully we'll get with some bullshit like that. Then the market's gonna open high as we get to your 6:30, or if it's after 6:30 or between 6:30 and 8, 9 o'clock, you gotta see the market pick up. If it's some other bullshit, the market is gonna just go even lower or just stay in that negative price the whole time. By negative, I mean just below where it opened today, below where it opened, just somewhere down here, bullshitting here. And then with that, you should see gold going and up throughout the evening, the morning or whatnot. Also, because we have no data. If there was data at 5:30, then it will make sense for the S&P 500 to start going up around your usual time, your 3 or 4 o'clock. For example, here if it was dropping on down throughout the nighttime, it will stop down here at 3 or 4, and then start going back again as we get here at 5:30 and going up. But since we don't have that, I feel like it's just gonna get stuck down here. And depending what senator bullshit like that little comments that they make throughout the day, or some sort of surprise for about tariffs, or some AI company does good for whatever fucking reason, and it makes S&P go up sometime in your 7:45 to 8:30. So it's in the morning. Pay attention to your 7:45 to 8:30. How it's looking right then. Let's go to. Oh, also, it's also We have the FOMC happening this Wednesday. If they say bad things about this last month, you're gonna see Bitcoin retrace for the third time, I think. But I just gave you a new all-time high, I think, this last couple of days, I think, or close to it. And if Powell gives us good news, you're gonna see the S&P continue going up, making new all-time high, breaking out of this trap right here, and you're gonna see Bitcoin create a new all-time high, Ethereum create a new all-time high. The SEC can't progress with no crypto progress because of the shutdown. So also, once we get good news of that, you'll also see more in crypto, more rally, more push on up. But that's another thing. So till then, we should just see from Monday to Tuesday, we should see just some volatility along the way. After Tuesday night, you should see more push on up. Even though the data's or Powell's gonna talk to 11, just the excitement of that should then recover the market if we get some sort of pull down. Also, a surprise that if we do go down for whatever reason, I feel like Trump's gonna use that shutdown as a to help the market recover from that little dip that we had. But that's one of my theories. You see gold. See, gold's happening. Yeah, gold's fine. Originally, I went in on the 20s. What's that? On down here. I went in the 28, sold right here, panicked. Or actually panicked right here at 300. Option call. And then I went in this Friday around this price. And my expiration cancels tomorrow morning. I told my cousin we're either gonna see gold throughout the nighttime retrace, but that was if the S&P was opening good. But if the S&P does that dip like I told you guys, you're gonna see gold continue going on up high. If we do drop in the morning because the S&P recovers, gold should be holding these prices 300, 910 to 300, 300, 900, because pretty much this is the resistance right here, and we just broke it. So once we make this rally, we should come down and test it again. If we're gonna recover along the way and hold, or we're gonna break it and depending with a week, we want to see a week below this. This just but and then that's what'll happen. Either Powell's gonna say something good. Either gold's gonna follow, but I don't think gold will able to react that way. I think gold's gonna react good if Powell says something bad, because then the S&P's gonna go down, and and then depending if the dollar goes up because of the bad news, but I doubt it. I feel like the dollar's gonna keep on going down, and with that bad news, it's gonna make gold still go high even more, go higher even more. And if he says some good news, I feel like then that's when gold is gonna retrace down a little bit. Not by a lot, but just by a little bit. But I could be wrong because I barely started getting into gold. I'm good at graphing it. I understand how it could work, this whole shutdown and whatnot. What I haven't keep an eye on and how it reacts with the Fed. And that's something that I was gonna do right now earlier, but I decided to just jump in and give my what I'm not confident in is how it's gonna react with the Fed. But All the other shit, I understand. I get it. What's here? Hello, Steven Lazo. Is this indeed real? What are you doing? I don't know what you mean with this. Is this real? But yeah, this real, bro. United Healthcare. So another stock that's gonna blow up is if crypto blows up with Powell. Seeing good news. Then you guys see Ethereum go up, make a new all-time high. Here you have BMNR, which is Tom Lee stock pretty much. It's waiting for that news. So if we have that dovish news from Powell, you guys see crypto go up. Pretty much give this by the end of the year, we should see Ethereum easily breaking all-time highs. You guys see this stock go to 60 or 61 easily. Not financial advice, of course, but pretty much this stocks follow Ethereum. You buy this stock because if you can't buy Ethereum, you might as well just buy the stock, because this is what gave. Look where the stock was at just a couple months ago. This was the stock before Tom Lee came in and put 200 million of Ethereum as a treasury. Then he came in and went from $5 to 161. So after that, it started mimicking Ethereum, just like MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy by Bitcoin follows Bitcoin's move. So let me show you MicroStrategy so you can understand what I'm talking about. If I still have it, type it in. I wonder if I still have the same name. Micro. So this one, I changed it. Yeah, I think this one right here. So it's following Bitcoin. You see how Bitcoin is going up now? And just like Bitcoin, this is going to take more. MicroStrategy is going to take more. Big C, the all-time high was 5. The lowest was 2. It's right in the middle between. It's 340 right now. So that's what's going to happen. And the thing is that with Tom Lee, it's a new baby. So that stock still has a lot more to go. I don't hold that shit. Again, not financial advice. But it feels like this video has been fucking long as fuck. So I'm gonna hop on, you guys. I'm gonna hop off. Since there's no data tomorrow or Tuesday, I don't really like going based off nothing. I'm gonna do maybe updates and maybe light predictions or whatever we call it. But again, I don't like giving predictions or analysis on something that I don't know how it's gonna react when there's no data coming out for it. But anyways, J Dolo, yo, you don't even know how to probably use financially probably close as. You're right. Wrap it up. This guy is yapping. If you don't believe I have a serious. Look it up. Oh, yeah, that's it. All right. But yeah, you guys. So I'm probably gonna hop on tomorrow and then just update on the market. If I find anything else, I'll probably do it around earlier instead of fucking this late. But deuces. You guys take care.